What's up, the squad? Back with another video. Biden has lost control, man. I don't know what's going on with him, but we about to see. Make sure I hit that like button, that subscribe, and let's get in the video.
Life has a way of hitting you when you least expect it, and when it happens, you gotta play it cool. A girl tells you it's over, thank her, you can do better. Teacher calls on you in class, be strong and wrong. And you get called up onto the stage, act like you've been there before.
I guess I can play a little ditty. Honestly,
Come on, give him a hand.
I'm not prepared. I really am not prepared at all. Yeah! This is a surprise, I tell you.
Guys, East Harlem Shakedown, E flat. Keep the cymbals splashy, and Jerry, let's take the bass line for a walk. I'm not hearing it right now.
What movie is this? I thought this. Oh, it's Anchorman. I was about to say. I thought he was gonna play it right. He walked up there like he was.
But when you're the president of the United States, you have to channel your emotions strategically. You can't just snap out of the blue. And today, that's what Joe Biden did. He lost control, and the whole country got a taste of his rage.
President Biden, how involved were you in your son's Chinese shakedown text message? Were you sitting there? Were you involved? Were you involved?
I wasn't, and I don't know.
Were you?
No.
Whoa!
See, I feel like honestly, he frustrated at the fact that they keep on asking him that, and I feel like, well, not keep on asking, but I feel like he let just like you're saying, you got to play it cool. I feel like with Joe Biden doing that, it makes it look more suspicious when you sit there and get mad like that. Otherwise, it just, you know what I'm saying, cooling down, you know.
That was a warning shot. The press
chill
finally
response.
hit a nerve, and Joe Biden just sent a message. Don't you ever ask me that question again. This is an important moment in history right now. The press cannot buckle. The free press cannot wilt because the commander-in-chief tries to scare you out of following the facts. Joe Biden, astonishingly, has never been asked direct questions about his family's extortion racket. But it's becoming impossible for the press to make it invisible.
So when he does get asked that question from, you know what I'm saying, the right person, the right individual, is he gonna turn up? That's the question.
New text messages released by the IRS whistleblowers continue to chip away at Biden's armor of denial.
Because if he turned up on the
In a
press,
message to Mr. Dong, not kidding, Hunter says, quote, I'm tired of this. I can make $5 million in salary from any law firm in America. If you think it's about money, it's not. The Bidens are the best at doing exactly what the chairman wants from this partnership. Please, let's not quibble over peanuts. To the Bidens, $5 million from China's peanuts. Kind of makes you wonder about the money that we haven't found out about yet. This racket could be as large as 50 mil when we're done. So, the Bidens wanted $10 million from the Chinese communist spies. And they'd do anything for it. I mean, anything. But the wires, they got to clear by tomorrow or else the big guy's angry. Quote, I will make certain that between the man sitting next to me and every person he knows and my ability to forever hold a grudge, that you will regret not following my direction.
see, that's what I'm saying though. But why is it that they sit there and they talk about Trump being all for the money and they doing the same thing? And I feel like pressure, like I don't agree with that. And I feel like a lot of people that say, oh well, why don't they say nothing about Trump? Why don't they hold Trump accountable? Why don't they do this? It's the same thing with Biden. If that's the case, I mean, it's the same thing with Biden and Trump. From the videos that I've been seeing, he's been helping out a lot of people with his money. I mean, what is Biden doing in office? Is the first question. What is he doing to help, you know what I'm saying, the people? What is he, like, that's...
I am sitting here waiting for the call with my father. The president's son was threatening Chinese spies to wire cash.
That's crazy.
Think about that. And think about what the cash was for. Hunter doesn't run a business. It was a bribe. The Bidens were shaking down foreign scoundrels for bribes, and they were good at it.
Hunter claimed his dad was sitting beside him, was the fact that just days after he sent the message, a $5 million wire transferred.
Right.
So there was money there, and that's how the Bidens operate. Usually Joe Biden set up a meeting and has been a part of a meeting prior to any money changing hands, and then usually Hunter would have to squeeze these foreign nationals
to get the money.
Joe Biden was setting up meetings, and Joe Biden was in meetings, and Joe Biden delivered. That's when Hunter would demand payment. The cracked out bagman
He
for the
demanded
VP.
payment.
This kickback scheme was so blatant that the entire federal government knew about it. It went down right under Barack Obama's nose. It could have taken down his presidency, because let's be honest, Obama was briefed on it, had to have been briefed.
That's
Maybe
what I'm
that's why he
saying.
told
So is Hunter calling shots for Joe? Or?
Not to run. Maybe that's why he warned us Biden was going to muck it up, because he knew. But as long as Biden was someone's number 2, he was untouchable. And now that he's number 1, the protection policy continues.
Even before President Biden took office, he was directed to avoid leads involving Hunter's father.
There were certain investigative steps that we weren't allowed to take that could have led us to President Biden.
And you wanted to take them?
We needed to take them.
And you weren't allowed to take them?
That's correct.
So they make up leads with Trump and then avoid leads with Biden. And the New York Times today verified that Biden's Justice Department obstructed justice in the Hunter Biden investigation. Biden was never supposed to be crooked. That was Crooked's job. Joe was supposed to be the honest Amtrak commuter from Scranton. Now, if America found out middle-class Joe wasn't really the poorest member of Congress all these years, that punctures the biggest myth in Washington. If Joe Biden's a phony, everybody else is a phony. If Washington, D.C. could push that lie for decades, what else are they lying about?
Exactly.
Plus, Joe lost his wife in a car accident and his son to cancer and his other son's a drug addict. People feel sorry for Joe, and they should for that. So they're thinking, do we really need to be looking into his finances? Let the guy make a few dirty millions on the side. That's the thinking. But at 80 years old, no one's ever told the man to shape up. So he's going to keep selling you his lunch pail fantasy.
That's crazy,
everything
bro.
you wished for. Your site traffic is skyrocketing.
I don't.
Until this.
It's almost like it ain't even no words. Like
restore the American dream, because it worked before. That's the next phase of this fight. Making the tax code fair for everyone. Making the wealthy, the super wealthy, and big corporations begin to pay their fair share.
As Gutfeld wisely said, you want to know what Bidenomics really is? Bidenomics is demanding foreign bribes and hiding it from the IRS. Might not be the American dream, but it's Biden's dream.
But I feel like, honestly, like, Hunter Biden knows the position that, first of all, he knows the position that his dad is in. I mean, he's president right now. On top of that, he knows the condition that Joe Biden is in. So if he's forgetting stuff, not even saying the right speeches, not even, and we see that, it's probably stuff behind doors that he's really not even, comprehending and what he can. So Hunter is literally like walking all over him. Honestly, that's what I think. He's just walking all over him. And he's allowing it because he don't even know what condition that he in.
His son never paid a dime. And it wasn't just failure to pay, it was fraud.
There were personal expenses that were taken as business expenses. Prostitutes, sex club memberships, hotel rooms for purported drug dealers.
How much did Hunter Biden owe in taxes?
So from 2014 to 2019, it was $2.2 million. If this was any other person, they likely would have already served their sentence.
Now, if you don't pay your taxes,
So why
one of
is he
Biden's
not?
87,000 IRS agents comes knocking at your door, and they're packing. But when the Bidens dodge $2 million in taxes, the Attorney General just runs out the clock on the statute of limitations, so the tax man never cometh.
There's still outstanding tax due and owing above that $620,000.
From 2014 to 2019?
This deal, they'll never recoup. The most substantive felony charges were left off the table.
Which would have been what?
Which would have been evasion for 14, false return for 18 and 2019.
So Hunter was only charged for his 2018 and 19 tax crimes, but the guy dodged taxes in 2014, 15, 16, and 17. So why didn't he get slapped with charges for those? Well, the feds looked at the clock and said,
so basically, if y'all wanna pay taxes and y'all don't do that, if y'all that type of person, and they come knocking at your door, just say Hunter ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'll go, Hunter gotta go.
Too late, can't charge you. And Hunter's been a serial tax cheat his whole life. A former Biden donor told Primetime, Hunter's rap sheet's filled with tax crimes from way back.
U.S. Attorney David Weiss
has
some explaining to do with respect to the public of how Hunter, who was a lawyer, by the way, who's a lawyer who also had his passport revoked by the State Department because of his tax liens in 2015 and 2016. And he's a lawyer, and then he is not charged with tax evasion. He's not charged with felonies. He gets misdemeanors for not filing. He had tax issues going back to 2009, 2010. He had tax liens put on his homes, on his wife's homes.
The Bidens are just a bunch of rapscallions who've been skirting laws their whole lives. But is this about to change? Hunter has an upcoming date in court with Judge Mary Ellen Norica, who's going to be overseeing the case. And she has the power to throw Hunter's sweetheart deal in the trash. She doesn't have to accept this dirty plea, this no prison plea.
So we're going to see. We're going to see what's going on. I don't know. We're going to see what's going on. Let me see if you got something.
Investigation's tainted, and it has cover-up written all over it. So, what will the judge do?
Hey, Sean Hannity.
That's really what I'm waiting on. I want to see what's going on with that. I definitely want to see what's going on with that, and I can't wait to see. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. It kind of sound a little weird to me. And like I said, I feel like Hunter is just walking all over Biden. With Biden not even, he getting up there, not even knowing what he's saying. He not even. So I feel like it's just that. But make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all tuning in and watching. If you actually other videos y'all want to react to, make sure y'all comment down below. You already know. Catch y'all next one.